If you would, please silence your cell phones and govern yourselves accordingly. Mr. Clerk, may we have roll call, please?
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Crackman. Here. Commissioner Greg Young.
Present.
Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
Commissioner John Paul Young.
Here.
Commissioner Burrell. Commissioner Jones. Commissioner Gage Watts.
Present.
Commissioner Blake.
Here.
Commissioner Atkins. Commissioner Cothran.
Here.
Commissioner Lazarus.
Here.
Commissioner Epperson.
Present.
All right, you have 9 of 12 commissioners present. That does constitute a quorum. There are 3 absent. And that brings us to invocation. We have had several committee meetings. I don't know if you wanted to.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I do believe we've been here since about 11 a.m. today, and we've had the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance in our prior meetings, so we will forego those 2 items.
Thank you very much. That brings us to agenda additions, where I am aware of, I believe, 4 agenda additions that we have today. The first 2 items, and if you would refresh your online agendas, you will see these items have been added as potential agendas additions on the online agenda. The first item is a zoning matter, and it is to advance the introduction of Ordinance 6543 of 2025 in relation to PZC case number 24-45-P. The second item, that's in District 2. The second item is to advance the introduction of Ordinance 6544 in relation to PZC case number 25-4-P. That item is in District 9. And just as a point of reference, these 2 items were received this morning in time for us to advertise them in the official journal, but too late for us to put on the regular agenda, so they would need to be added as agenda additions. And the next item is to advance a special resolution of remembrance for Doug Williams. And the final item is advancing a resolution of support for Project Boneyard. That is an economic development related matter.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Clerk. At this time, I would like to open up for public hearing on all of these agenda additions, which is Ordinance 6543, 6544, and the special resolution for Mr. Doug Williams, and a resolution of support for Project Boneyard. Is there anyone here to speak in favor or against any of these items?
Good afternoon,
Good
Commissioners. John Glover, 9100 Walker Road, Apartment 217, Shreveport, Louisiana. Zip code is 71118. As I am not knowledgeable of these items that you all have brought forth, definitely can understand the special recognition for Doug Williams. The project, what did you call it? Project?
Boneyard.
Boneyard.
Who?
Boneyard.
Boneyard.
That's what
Okay,
we
I
hear.
don't know what that is, but I'd like to get an explanation as to what you all will be addressing with regards to this. I do understand that 6543 is a zoning matter that's in District 2, 6544, District 9 or 7. Is it a zoning matter as well?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you can share that information, I would truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Is there anyone else to speak in favor or against adding these to the agenda?
And if you would like, before you take a vote, I could go ahead and read the full titles of those ordinances, or we can do that later.
Yes. We can read them. Okay, I see no other discussion. I declare this public hearing closed. Mr. Clerk?
Okay, at this time it would be appropriate to take a vote on that, and it looks like we have a few votes outstanding. Commissioner Greg Young, Graceanne Blake, and Commissioner Epperson is
Yes.
he's on his way. I think he's about to click yes. Okay, and those items are advanced. You have 9 in favor, none in opposition. There are 3 absent. And so those items will be added to your agenda because this is a, because this is a work session, those will be added just at the end of the agenda.
Thank you.
And that brings us now to visitors, where we have no scheduled visitors today.
Citizens
And I'm
comments?
sorry, I skipped right over citizens'
That's
comments. I
okay.
didn't mean to. Citizens who wish to address the commission on any issue other than zoning are asked to fill out a comment card, and those comments are limited to 3 minutes. I do not have any. I have not received any comment cards at this time. And so we can move forward.
Yes,
We have no
please.
scheduled visitors. And we do, that brings us to reports, where we do have an admin report attached.
Mrs. CEO,
Yes.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. On Wednesday, May 21st, we would like to give you all a tour, an update on the Walter B. Jacobs Nature Park. We would like to bring you out there so that you can sign beams and walls before the actual completion of the facilities. We would hope to, due to parking, we would hope to pick you all up here at Government Plaza and bring you out there to the Walter B. Jacobs Nature Center. We just think it's a good idea for you all to see where we are to date. After that, we'll, on the 22nd, we'll provide a overview of the exhibits and what will be placed in the facilities. So we'll hear on the 21st at 9 a.m. We had a rabies clinic last weekend, I believe, and we had 368 vaccinations and 256 microtrips. That was a good turnout. We do want to, we did send out a notice that sandbags are available today and tomorrow. We're expected to have severe rains tomorrow, so sandbags will be available at Fleet Services at 1701 Monty Street, 15 bags per vehicle. The juvenile numbers, we have 14 in detention, 2 17-year-olds, 6 OJJ, 23 at CCC, and 456 probation cases. That concludes the administration report. We'll take any questions or comments at this time.
Okay. Thank you, Administrator Bryant. I do have Commissioner Gregory Young on the board.
Thank you, Madam President. I just had a couple of questions relating to the sandbags. Can you give us the specific address so that the public would know?
Yes,
And
sir.
hours those bags will be accessible by the public.
1701 Monty Street. And it's from 7:30 to 3:30.
Thank you very much, Madam
You're
President.
Thank you, Commissioner Young. Commissioner John Paul Young.
Thank you, Madam President. Ms. Bryant, could you tell me a little bit about the 23 juveniles at CCC? Are they, do we have any idea how long they've been there? Are they among the group who have been staying there a long time? Or are they getting their cases heard quickly? Or maybe Mr. Randall knows?
Yeah, Randall would have that. He couldn't be here today, but I don't have details on the 23.
Okay. Maybe he could tell us on Thursday.
We'll see what we can find out. Since they're not in our custody, you know, there's limited information for juveniles. Okay.
And then, do you know what the current population of CCC is? Is it still maxed out?
Unfortunately, the last numbers we received was 1,499.
So there's
And
one empty spot
One empty spot,
at
but
extended capacity.
they have been having overflow. Bossier has helped out. City of Shreveport has helped out. So they're actually responsible for more than 1,499. We no longer had the space, and so there's still a capacity issue at CCC.
Is there any kind of plan in the works for alleviating the population pressure there?
There is constant communication about how to get some of those folks out of the facility. It's a multitude of reasons beyond just trying to get them to trial. There are also some that have received their sentencing, so to speak, and are eligible to be released, but there's a process to get them out of there. So there are ongoing conversations. At this point, we would have to stress, and it is our plan that, you know, the money can only go so far. So there has to be some adjustments to that facility because 1,500 prisoners and more waiting in the wings to come in is not sustainable.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Commissioner Young. See no other discussion? All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Bryant.
Welcome.
Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, that brings us to commission remarks, communiques, reports, and other items related to the work session agenda.
Parliamentarian Victor Thomas.
Thank you, Madam President. I did want to share a communique, and I would like to ask for a brief moment of silence. We recently lost Miss Bessie Smith. As you know, she has been a strong advocate in our community for a number of years, and so I'd like to request a moment of silence for her passing. Thank you so much. I will try to keep us all informed of any updates on her services. I do know that the family will be doing something, as well as the community of Stoner Hill will be doing something, so I'll be sure to let you all know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Parliamentarian Thomas. Prayers and thoughts are definitely with her family. Commissioner John Paul Young.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to observe to all my colleagues that we have, it seems like a pretty serious situation in our jail. There's, it's overcrowded, we're occupying space in other jails. If you come up with any ideas or think of any way that we could help, if you are in touch with the sheriff, you could call the sheriff and talk about your ideas. If you know other people in the justice community and you want to brainstorm with them, I think we might have a pretty serious problem if we don't have enough space in our jail to lock up people who are a threat to the public, and some of the people in there aren't getting out fast enough because of their slow trials or lack of attorneys or whatever it is. So I hope everyone will keep that in mind, because it's I think it's going to be a problem that we all start to feel pretty soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Young. Commissioner Ron Carthy.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to acknowledge that Southern Hills Association will be having a meeting today at 6:30 p.m. at the community center there. And CARE, which is Cedar Grove Affirmed Real Efforts, has canceled their meeting on tomorrow due to perceived weather at A.B. Palmer, and it has been moved to the 19th of May at 5 o'clock at A.B. Palmer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Carthy. Don't see any other commissioners on the board. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, did we have a president's report today?
I will reserve it until Thursday.
Okay, we have no scheduled old business today, so that brings us to new business, where our first item to consider, 11.1, is to consider advancing Ordinance 6541 of 2025. That's an ordinance to authorize the Caddo Parish Administrator to execute an easement and right-of-way agreement with Paloma Natural Gas, LLC, pertaining to the granting of an easement and right-of-way for the purpose of constructing and maintaining an oil and gas pipeline within the drainage easement parallel to Antoine Boulevard, and otherwise provide with respect thereto. This is in District 12.
Okay, I have a motion by Parliamentarian Victor Thomas, second by Commissioner Ed Lazarus. Commissioner Thomas, would you like to speak on your motion?
Yes, Madam President, thank you. I would like to make a motion to englobo in advance item 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, 11.4, 11.5, 11.6, 11.7, 11.8, 11.9, 11.10, 11.11, 11.12, as well as the 4 additional items, agenda additions.
All right, and you've heard the motion, and that was by Parliamentarian Thomas, and second by Commissioner Ron Carthy. Would you like to speak on your motion?
I would just allow any commissioners that would like to speak on anything that they have in those items to allow for that discussion now.
Okay, I will reserve mine until Thursday if necessary. Okay, I see no one else to speak. Let's vote.
Commissioner Crackman, it looks like it didn't log you.
It's down.
It's what?
It's down.
I'm sorry. Can you give us a verbal? Okay, thank you. He's in the affirmative, And the votes are now locked. And that motion carries with no opposition, 10 in support, 2 absent. And that brings us to your second round of communiques and committee reports.
Okay. See no one on the board. Next item.
Brings us to citizens' comments, late arrivals.
Point of order.
You got one on the board?
I'm sorry.
Commissioner Burrell. Okay.
Animal services. I want to try to find out what's the present situation. My grandson got bit yesterday with a pit bull. I'm sorry. Yeah, my grandson got attacked by a pit bull yesterday, the day before yesterday. And we weren't sure whether or not the dog had been vaccinated. Can they give us an update on that?
Mr. Clark or Mr. Samuel, is anyone? Okay.
I did speak with Mr. Samuels, and he said that they were following it up. I just want to try to see what the progress is. So I need to know whether I need to take him to the hospital still, because we didn't do that.
Let me go and research it real quick, and it won't take me but a second. I did read the report this morning. I know we have the dog.
Right.
But as far as them being able to prove, a lot of the times people can't get their hands on it. They'll say they'll contact the vet, have them email us. So let me check the report real quick, and I'll get back with you before we leave.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Burrell. Okay. See no one else on the board? Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, that brings us to the consent agenda.
Okay.
And just as a quick note, some of the items on the consent agenda are, of course, for Thursday. Others are just there to remind you that they'll be on for public hearing June 5th.
Thank you. And it's been moved and second. Meeting adjourned.
All right.
Thank you, Commissioners.